How is it going, everybody? This is Sean Barnes. I want to welcome you to episode 9 of The Way of the Wolf. Today we're going to be talking about crushing your year. Now, at the time of this recording, it's 2021, and we all know it's on the heels of 2020, which was, well, it was tough. Last year was a tough one, and it seems like it just keeps on going and going. But when I look around and I think about my past, even, a lot of people have a tendency to retreat or retract during a downturn. They go into the self-preservation mode. And I've been thinking a lot lately and forcing myself to level up and go out on the attack. And whenever I think through, again, the majority of my career has been in oil and gas. So every time there's a downturn, I would pull all my money out of stocks and try to just hold on to that cash as a mode of preservation. And like I'm challenging myself, I challenge all of you to go out on the attack. Start that business. Do the things that you've always wanted to do. Invest that money. Don't hold on to the cash. Figure out how you can make more of it. You're going to have to learn. You're going to have to grow. But that's what it's all about. I want you to make time for the things that are important to you. And quite frankly, growth needs to be important to every single one of you. Make this year about doing what you love. Now, whenever you take this approach, it's important that you realize the process and the need to take baby steps. You can't come out of the gate and go straight from A to Z immediately. Very few people are actually ever going to be successful with that route. But what you can do is, when you're sitting at A, plan for B. Once your plan has come to fruition for B, plan for C. And then you just keep on working your way down until you get to Z. And then you start over with whatever your new venture or endeavor is. So as an example, if you're starting a company and your goal is to make $100,000 in revenue the first year, which is a great goal, don't just sit and ponder and wonder and get frustrated about how are you going to make $100,000. How about figure out what you're actually going to do? Figure out what your company name is first. And then things will start to kind of fall in line. And as long as each step you take is ultimately leading you towards that goal, that is what is important. Things will fall in line. The importance of following your passion I can't say enough about this. This is something, again, that in recent months I have found this passion for coaching, leadership development, consulting, things like that, just trying to help others out, other people, other businesses. But if you want to be successful, you're going to have to follow your passion. There's no way around it. Start that company. Again, to use that as an example, figure out your company name. What are you going to do? What is your value proposition? How are you going to differentiate yourself from your competitors? These are all questions that you've got to figure out. Start networking with people. I mean, this is key. We've all heard the phrase, it's not what you know, but who you know. And there's some validity to that. We are the sum of those 5 or 6 individuals we surround ourselves with. We all know individuals that are smarter than we are, that have skills or skill sets that we might be lacking. If your technical aptitude is off the charts, but you can't relate to people, find somebody who can. Find somebody who is really great at relating to people and start spending time with them. Start learning from them. If you're not surrounding yourself with individuals that are better than you are, that are forcing you to level up, you need to step back, take a real hard look, take an inventory of your friends, family, and colleagues, and start making some tough decisions. For those that want to be successful, you can't kick back. Success requires work. There are no overnight success stories. You may hear about them or see about them. The reality is there's a lot of work that goes into every single success story. You've got to keep moving forward. You can't give up when things get challenging. I know individuals that will start something and 6 months to a year later, they're not getting the traction that they want. They're not getting the views or the likes or the clients. And they give up. Like, that's not going to work. Giving up never got anybody anywhere. That's when you have to dig in deeper. You've got to make sure, and this is why it's important for you to follow your passion. Because if you're following your passion, those likes shouldn't matter. It should be all about what you want to do, what you love doing. And if it starts helping others, that's when the magic happens. That's when the growth starts to occur. So whenever I was growing up, my dad was obsessed with having the best yard in the neighborhood. And I know every time he'd win Yard of the Month and get that sign to put in his yard, God, he was so proud. And I remember he would always go out every single morning, have his coffee, sit on his bench that he had set up in the front yard, and just spray the water hose. And he'd spend 20, 30, 40 minutes out there just hanging out, watering the yard, picking weeds, making adjustments to the flowers, trimming things, doing whatever it took. One year he had this vision for creating these wooden stakes that were probably 1.5 inches wide, maybe 3/4 of an inch thick, something like that. And instead of laying them horizontally around all the flower beds, he put all of them vertical. So you can imagine how many stakes it's going to take at 1.5 inches wide to go line all your flower beds with. And he had to have spent weeks cutting those stakes up. They're probably anywhere from 5 to 8 inches long. And so it was kind of like almost stair-stepped up and down around all the flower beds. He spent weeks stacking that wood. And so I challenge all of you, figure out what you're passionate about and start stacking your wood. I want you to use that wood and build a fire so hot that everyone comes to you for warmth. I want to see a fire so hot that it incinerates everything and all the competition in your path. That, my friends, is how you crush your year. You find your passion and you execute. And that's it. It's really what it comes down to. I want to thank all of you for taking your time to listen today to the show. If you have any comments or questions, please reach out to me at sean@thewayofthewolf.com. Also, I am recording these podcast shows and have them all on YouTube as well. You can find me at The Way of the Wolf there as well. Feel free to leave comments on any of these shows or episodes, and I will do my best to start creating content focused on answering all of y'all's questions. Again, thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you guys soon.